Sorry,
I can't believe you wouldn't want to go into space.
I
would do it. I would do it in
here's
heartbeat.
the deal. Second, going into space sounds cool and it sounds amazing.
Because it is.
What do you do when you get there?
I want to go to the moon.
What do you mean? What do you do when you get there?
The space thing.
What do you do when you get there?
If I'm going up, I want to go to the moon. I want to go and land on the moon.
Let me just put it this way.
That's what you want to do.
Are you saying, out of every possible reason to not go into space, fear of boredom is at the top of your list? A fear of what do I do? Then bring a board game. Play Monopoly.
I mean, the thing is, what am I going to take?
Bring a deck of cards. But the problem is you can't play solid. Cards are all over the place.
You can't do any of that stuff. So what do you do when you get there?
Xbox. You can hold the controller. You're good.
Nothing. Look out the window.
You have to.
You sound like my kids.
You have to
look
eat
out the
one
window.
of
Do you
those
want to play a game?
Drive-packed foods.
Let's play a game to keep you focused on the drive. What are you, 3?
But here's it. Nothing is normal, okay? So, eating is not normal. Going to the bathroom is not normal. I'm in space, so I'm not going to, take a nap like I would in the afternoons when I'm here. So what do you do when you get there?
Chris Brockman is writing his new memoir called The Wrong Stuff. The Wrong Stuff. By Chris Brockman. If there is somebody out there in our YouTube stream or anybody out there watching us on NBCSN who has the ability to just make up, or anybody on our staff, I'm throwing it up, anybody to make the meme of Brockman on the cover of The Wrong Stuff would just be fantastic. Fear of
I'm still waiting for one of you to tell me what you would do.
I want to go to the moon.
What am I going to do except take in the experience and never forget it?
Okay, so after 30 seconds of being like, wow, that's the Earth, that's cool, then what?
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done? Would you never climb a mountain? I wouldn't climb a mountain because I have fear of heights.
No, I'd love to do Everest.
I don't know.
If I could do it, if I was healthy enough to do that.
Because then you just be bored. Once you've completed it, what are you going to do?
I'm just saying, you have a fear of heights, but you want to go into space? That's pretty high.
You want to make this a poll question today? Would you go into space, yes or no?
Okay, sure.
No, here's what you say. At Rich Eisen Show. Very rarely do I tell you how to phrase it, but you must phrase it this way. Otherwise, we cannot do this poll question. Okay. Then we'll get to the NFL news that I have.
I do have an actual
I have NFL
question.
news.
Okay, how do you want this worded?
I want it worded at Rich Eisen Show. Would you go into space? Yes. Unforgettable experience. No. What's there to do?
What do you do when you get there?
However you can phrase in the characters allotted to you. No. I'd be bored.
Unforgettable experience.
No, boring. Boring.
No, not it's boring. He would even be able to admit to you the exhilaration for the moment.
That part wouldn't be boring, but I'm just saying,
what do you do when you're in orbit?
After 30 seconds of, oh man, that's cool. Look at the Earth. It's big and round. Then what?
Should I call an astronaut to call into this show?
Do you know an astronaut?
I do know an astronaut.
You do?
I do.
That has been to space.
I do know an astronaut who has been to space. It's a little bit of a flex.
I mean, I'm a space cadet.
Wow.
But he's running for Senate in Arizona right now, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be. It's just politics.
You got to do it, Rich.
Mark Kelly, I could reach out to him and say, hey.
I mean, we've got time today.
I mean, it would be fantastic.
I don't know if Martha McSally's ever been. I'd give her equal time. I don't think she's been to space. We don't talk politics, but I can reach. We're talking about possibly space. Reach out to him and say, my guy doesn't want to go into space because
that's not character.
When you get up
that's
there,
not.
What have you done?
It's not that I don't want to go to space. I'm just saying, what do you like?
You would answer this poll question, yes or no. Would you go into space? You'd answer.
You said
no.
Unforgettable experience, or what do you do when you get there? I'm saying the months and months of training that would it take for me to be physically fit enough to go into space.
By the way, you'd be great.
Then the anxiety of going into a rocket,
of course,
and breaking through the atmosphere and getting into space.
No doubt.
Then after 30 seconds,
yes.
Okay, now what?
Then what?
Then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what?
Then what? Look out the window, Chris.
Okay, but
that's called the Earth you're looking at.
Guess what? Every time I fly in an airplane, you look out the window and you're like, oh, cool, some mountains. Then I go back to sleep. Then what?
Get on Wi-Fi.
I mean, come on. There's no Wi-Fi in space.
How do you know?
There is. They have connectivity.
By the way, how do you know?
Because they come.
You could sit here
They
with your
post
Mike Del
stuff all
Tufo
the time.
certainty.
They post stuff all the time from the International Space Station. They tweet.
Come on.
They don't show videos from space. There's no connect. There's no. Come on, people. There's communication.
How do we even get somebody to? Someone's calling 844-204 saying I've been to space. Come on now. I know we can't vet. We can't vet. There's
All right.
one person who I know.
Here's the poll, okay? Well, would you go into space? Unforgettable experience. After 30 seconds, then what? That's the poll.
No,
at Rich Eisen Show and vote. Give us a call.
After 30 seconds, then what?
After 30 seconds,
It takes
then
longer to
what?
go around the Earth.
The
You gotta have
wrong
at least one.
stuff.
I mean,
No,
come on.
You knew it's the very wrong stuff. The very, very wrong stuff. The awful stuff.
Do
The
you want to hear?
unacceptably lazy stuff.
Wait, lazy? I mean. All right. Do you want to hear my other poll?
No, I don't care to hear your other poll because this is so outrageous. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.